Want to know what the machines in Horizon Zero Dawn look like? Want to know their weaknesses? A little bit of background about them? Stay tuned and you will find out. Hello guys, and welcome back to another video on Horizon Zero Dawn. This will be your last video in the series of the machines of Horizon Zero Dawn. In this video, we will be going over the RAVAGER, SNAPMAW, ROCKBREAKER, BEHEMOTH, THUNDERJAW, STORMBIRD, and the DEATHBRINGER. It's pretty much in the storyline just like the Corruptor is. And the thing about it is that it's got weak points all over it also, which I'm going to show you. Which, in order to really show you this machine, you have to do the last mission, and I do not do spoilers. So it's hard to describe. It's huge, just like it looks like right now. It's slow, but it's like the big daddy of the corrupted machines. Body is a hard outer casing to protect synthetic muscle and operational systems. Weakness is fire and shock, and strength is corruption. And it says that you cannot override this machine. Unearthed ancient weapon platform built to deliver overwhelming force, prone to overheating. It's got a repeater canning turret that destroying this component disables the repeater canning attacks. Weakness is all, strength is none. A coolant rods. This component is exposed when the machine overheats. Destroying this component causes high damage and the machine does to overheat faster. Weakness all, strength none. Core. This component is exposed when the machine overheats. Hitting it when exposed causes massive damage. Weakness all, strength none. Flamethrower. Destroying this component disables a flamethrower attack. Weakness all, strength none. Grenade launcher. Destroying this component disables the grenade launcher attack. Weakness all, strength none. Heat vents. Now you need to hit these when you're fighting one of these. It's very useful. This component is exposed when the machine overheats. Destroying this component causes high damage and the machine to overheat faster. Weakness all, strength none. Gun turret. Hitting this component deals greater damage to the machine. This heavy weapon can be picked up and used after it has been detached from the machine. Weakness terror, strength none. Swarm launcher. Destroying this component disables the swarm launcher attack. Weakness all, strength none. Stabilizer. Hitting this component deals great damage to the machine and can cause the machine to fall on its side. Weakness all, strength none. Heavy canning turret is destroying this component disables the canning turret attack. Weakness all, strength none. So as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 major things that's on this machine that actually you can destroy and do things for. This machine, I would have to say, can be the hardest. Is it the hardest? No, not in my opinion. But it may take longer to kill it. But as far as the way it attacks and things, I know it has a ton of stuff to attack you with. But there's always ways to work around that. Other than that, guys, like I said, I won't be showing you this in action because you can pick the last mission if you've gotten everything else done also and actually show you this. But I really don't want to do that because it is a spoiler and I don't want to spoil any of this for you. I know I'm showing you all the machines, but I don't feel like that is a spoiler. That's just showing you what a general idea of the game, how the game does. Alright, and we'll also be showing you TALLNECK. Now, once I get to that one, then I'll tell you all about it. But this is corrupted machines. Although I have defeated all the corrupted areas, I will not be able to show you these. But just imagine all the machines, if they're corrupted, they would look like this. They have like red blood veins that looks like they're, I don't know, glowing blood veins that runs through them. It's kind of wicked. And they're all prone like this right here. You cannot override them. Corrupted machines are more powerful and aggressive than in their original forms, making for extremely dangerous opponents. Weakness is fire, corruption is, or strength is corruption. So anything that is corrupted, you're going to hit it with fire, and it's going to do major damage to it, which I can't show them to you anymore because, you know, I've done completed the storyline. Uh, Actually, I think I could show you some of those in the last mission, but there again, we're going into spoiler mode, and I don't really want to do that to you. So, um, so what we're going to do is show you the Ravager. The Ravager almost kind of looks like, let's see, Sawtooth, but you'll see. All right, you got to override the or you got to go into the RHO cauldron in order to defeat that in order to unlock its override on this machine. Rapid combat machine, lightning fast up close and with a mounted gun for ranged attack. So you're having a gun on attached to this machine. It's a little bit different than the other, the Sawtooth or whatever, but I think it's actually stronger in a way. The body is a hard outer casing to protect synthetic muscle and operational systems. Its weakness is fire. Its strength is shock. It's got a freeze canister. Chill water can be looted from this canister. Shooting this canister with a freeze arrow will trigger an explosion, freezing anything in the area. Weakness is freeze and tear, and strength is none. Power cell is sparker. Resource can be looted from this component. Shooting this component with shock arrows will trigger an explosion, electrifying anything in the area. Weakness is shock and tear, and strength is none. And Ravager canning. This is what I was telling you about the gun. Destroying this component disables Ravager canning attacks. This heavy weapon can be picked up and used after it has been detached from the machine. So, what I think I'm going to do, I may try to knock that off and use it against him. Other than that, I'm going to be shooting him with fire and just pounding it with arrows. Alright, so we are at the area where they are at, where one of them is. Okay, well I won't be shooting it off of him, but alright. So, right, there it is. So we may have several that's after us. Alright, I felt like I just killed an entire army, and we've already got more, I believe, coming over here. Alright, so this is the Ravager. As you did see, you know, I kind of couldn't do exactly everything that they wanted me to do, but I had so many enemies. But anyways, guys, we're going to get on to the next one. Alright guys, we are back and we're going to be showing you the SNAPMAW now. You have to go to the cauldron, RHO, and defeat that cauldron in order to be able to override one of these machines. It says able to engage on land and water. Its bulk bellies the speed of its distance closing lunge attacks. Bellies, whatever. Anyways, body, hard outer casing to protect synthetic muscle and operational systems. Weakness is fire, strength is freeze, blaze canister. Blaze storage canisters, shooting elemental canisters with elemental ammo triggers an explosion that will damage everything nearby. Shoot off this component to collect the resource inside. Weakness is fire and terror, and strength is none. Freeze sec. Destroying this component disables the ranged freeze attack and triggers an explosion causing damage to anything in the area. Weakness is all and strength is none. So what we're going to be doing is trying to hit the blaze canister with fire and laying it out like that. Right there. I was hoping we wouldn't have to kill nothing else, but apparently we're going to have to. Alright. As you did see, you know, those are like alligator looking things. See? Very cool. Go have a look at this other one. They all look the same. I just thought I might get a better shot or something. Alright. That's that machine. And hello guys, this is ROCKBREAKER. This machine reminds me, if you ever watched the movie Tremors, then you would know that you're about to see why this machine reminds me of that ugly ass thing that was on there. Now, that's the best way I can describe it, like a worm type deal. Now, you've got to defeat the cauldron, the Zeta cauldron, in order to be able to override this machine. Sensitive to sound, this massive machine burrows underground and surfaces with devastating force. Body is hard outer casing to protect synthetic muscle and operational systems. Weakness is freeze. Strength is fire. Digging arm. It says destroying this component disables the ability to burrow underground. Weakness is terror. Strength is none. Exhaust port. Hitting this component deals greater damage to the machine. Weakness all. Strength none. Fuel sac. Destroying this component disables the ranged elemental attack and triggers an elemental explosion damage anything in the area. Weakness is all. Strength is none. So what we're going to do with this is just pretty much freeze it. I'm not going to shoot off all these other things or whatever, because trust me, once you see how much damage is getting taken off of this machine by me just freezing it, you're gonna, yeah, it's the best way to really be honest, kill it. Now if you wanted to go ahead and try to shoot out these other things that's on it, then that's fine and dandy, but I mean, if I kill it that way, I kill it, but I'm more likely going to be just freezing the shit out of it. Alright, so we are here, and they are some of them. Two of them actually, because this is a burrow ground. These are the ones you just gotta wait. I would not recommend running up on them. Fight this from a distance. We are gonna kill both of them. That one's dead. And as you see, they just pop right back up. It's crazy. Alright, well I killed that one on top. But anyways. I would not fight these machines up close. I mean, you can jump and whatever you want, but they're attracted by sound. Hence the Tremors movie. If you ain't seen none of those, go look at them. And every time, excuse me, that you do kill them, every time I have, I've gotten purple mods out of them. Alright guys, so we can look at this machine. Pretty big machine. And that rock throw is really devastating. But yeah, they remind me of that, that monster off with Tremors. Alright guys, on to the next. Alright guys, now this is the Behemoth. I don't know, maybe an oversized, I'm lost for words here. Bull, cow, just something humongous. Alright, now what we're going to show you, okay, X1 Cauldron is the one that you have to defeat in order to override this machine. Charges and overruns targets with its great bulk or uses lifting engines to launch rocks at range. Body is a hard outer casing to protect synthetic muscle and operational systems. Weakness none, strength shock. Crate holders. Destroying this component will detach the cargo container. Weakness all, strength none. Freeze canister. Chill water can be looted from this canister. Shooting this canister with a freeze arrow will trigger an explosion, freezing anything in the area. Weakness is freeze and tear. Strength is none. Force loader. Destroying this component disables the lifting attacks. Weakness tear. Strength none. Power cell. Sparker resource can be looted from this component. Shooting this component with shock arrows will trigger an explosion, electrifying anything in the area. Weakness is shock, tear, and strength is none. I'm more than likely going to try to shoot off this crate holder and freeze his ass too. Alright, so there it is.
Here we go again.
Looks like I'm going to kill everything else over here. You kill them, you get a purple mods off of them also. But you seen that was a pretty crazy ass fight. They are pretty stout. They move very quickly. How big they are. Usually when you're fighting other machines, there's a bunch of them that likes to put their nose where they don't belong. Alright guys, let's go to the next one. Alright guys, I believe this is the one machine that everybody has been wanting me to kill. I mean, they've been wanting to see this one in action. This is kind of like the T-Rex of the machines. I know you've seen probably some footage of this machine in some of the videos and the trailers that Guerrilla Games has provided. Now, is this the hardest machine in the game to honestly defeat? No, I mean, it's kind of a toss-up between that one and the Stormbird. In my opinion, that are actually the toughest to actually defeat, the way they maneuver and so on and so forth. Now, that's just my opinions. But let's get in here. This is the Thunderjaw. You got to go through the cauldron Zeta and defeat that cauldron in order to unlock the override for this machine. And I feel like, I mean, I've never overridden this machine. I've never really tried. Alright, it says Apex Combat Machine equipped with a wide array of heavy artillery and melee attacks. Body is a hard outer casing to protect synthetic muscle and operational systems. Blaze canister, blaze storage canister, shooting elemental canisters with elemental ammo triggers an explosion that will damage everything nearby. Shoot off this component to collect the resource inside. Weakness is fire and terror, and strength is none. Data nexus is hitting this component deals greater damage to the machine. Weakness is all, strength is none. And this is disc launcher. This heavy weapon can be picked up and used after it has been detached from the machine. Weakness is terror, strength is none. And a freeze canister is chill water, can be looted from this canister. Shooting this canister with a freeze arrow will trigger an explosion, freezing anything in the area. Weakness is freeze and terror, and strength is none. And the heart, this is what I try to hit a lot. Hitting this component deals greater damage to the machine. Weakness is all, strength is none. Power cell sparker resource can be looted from this component. Shooting the component with shock arrows will trigger an explosion, electrifying anything in the area. Weakness is shock and terror, and strength is none. Radar, destroying this component disables the scanning ability. Weakness is terror, strength is none. Canning, destroying this component disables canning attacks. Weakness is terror, strength is none. And tail, destroying this component disables the tail attacks. Weakness is terror and strength is none. So what I'm going to try to do is knock this disc launcher off. I'm going to be freezing him. I'm going to try to knock that off and kill it with the disc launcher. Now, if I can't kill it with the disc launcher, I guess I'll continue to freeze. Now, let's see. Let's go in here. And let's see. Alright, let me find it. I will replace this. Alright. And they're gonna try to kill me. There's a lot of... Alright. See what I mean? It's a tough machine. But it's not so tough. You can't defeat it, of course. But there's so many other machines around, it makes it more difficult. Excuse me. So as you can see, alright, these dudes are getting on my nerves. Alright, let's get out of here.
Get it while I can.
Alright guys, now we're going to be going to our last machine, but it'll be the last machine that we actually kill. And now we are at the last machine that I'm going to be showing you actually killing. And this is the Stormbird. You have to go into the cauldron named Zeta, defeat that, and you can unlock the override for this machine. Highly maneuverable flying machine with a wide array of shock-based air-to-ground attacks. Body, hard outer casing to protect synthetic muscle and operational systems. Weakness is none, strength is shock. Blaze canister. Blaze storage canister. Shooting elemental canisters with elemental ammo triggers an explosion that will damage everything nearby. Shoot off this component to collect the resource inside. Weakness, fire and tear, and strength is none. Engine. Destroying this component disables the dive melee attack. Weakness is tear, strength is none. Freeze canister. Chill water can be looted from this canister. Shooting this canister with a freeze arrow will trigger an explosion, freezing anything in the area. Weakness is freeze and tear, strength is none. Lightning gun. Destroying this component disables the ranged shock attacks. Weakness is tear, strength is none. Alright. What I usually try to do is just straight up whip its hind end. I use a lot of freeze arrows, and you will find out that freezing animals is a lot, they take a lot more damage once they're frozen, and that's why I do a lot of that instead of just knocking off components here and there. But I may try to tie it to the ground and defeat it in that area too. But anyways, you will see that this is not no lightly contested component. They're flying around when you get to them like that, and they're pretty rough. But anyways, let's see if we can make it easier. Alright, after taking forever to get its attention, oh my god. little glitch in going in the ground. Alright, now maybe you didn't think that was as tough as what the Thunderjaw or whatever was. And maybe maybe it wasn't, but usually these give me a very hard time. So what was that? But these give you purple mods also. Let's see.
Full already.
Do I need any of those? Okay. Alright guys, now we're going to go to the TALLNEck and show you what they look like, and after that we will be ending the video. And alright guys, now this is the TALLNEck. You don't actually defeat a cauldron in order to override. You can't really override this machine. Well, you do, but what I'm trying to say is it doesn't do your bidding, or you can't ride it or anything like that. These are for unlocked areas on the map. Once there's so many of them across the map, and you've got to jump on them and go all the way to the very top, and you override them right there on the very top of their head. And what it does, it sends out a signal, and it makes it to where a lot of the map area of the map becomes visible. So there's so many of them across the map. Now, it says oblivious to interruption. This giant circles an area monitoring machines and local conditions. The body is a hard outer casing to protect synthetic muscle and operational systems. The weakness is none, strength is none. Climb hold. Information antennas could be used as climbing holds when scaling. Weakness is none, strength is none. Radar. Information storage hub. Overriding to access local area information. Weakness none, strength none. Now, there is a dinosaur in history, and I can't remember which one it is. It's the, you guys, maybe you know it. It looks exactly like this pretty much. They take after what this one actually does look like. A very long neck, tall necks, you know, they eat greens and stuff like that. I can't remember. I guess I need to brush up on my dinosaurs. But anyways, that's what this this machine actually looks like. Other than that, guys, let's show it to you. You see that top? That's where you jump up, or you get on top and override it. But yes, that is what it is. And guys, like, share, subscribe. This has been the conclusion of the series for the machines of Horizon Zero Dawn. And I will be overriding a machine, but not in this video. I'm thinking about making videos about the weapons and showing each one of them off and what they can do. I have the strongest that you can get that I know of, so I will be testing them out and showing them actually to you, and I will be overriding a machine in one of those videos. And this concludes this series on the machines of Horizon Zero Dawn, and this is JustHitSquare. I will see you next time. I hope you enjoyed it, guys, because I had a really good time giving you these videos.